Hey, I'm excited to take you through some questions that we received on Instagram about supplements. So let's jump right in. I'll try to keep these as short as possible and as concise as possible, but that's not always easy. So, first question was, if I were to choose three supplements for the general population, what would it be? Um, for those who know the type of medicine I practice, I don't kind of recommend anything broadly across the board. But if I had to choose, what do I think are the three supplements with the biggest benefit and the lowest risk? Those three supplements would be omega fatty acids. So a good fish oil is my favorite. You could do krill or algae, but I think fish oil is your most complete source of EPA and DHA, and you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck there, especially a high quality one. I use either Thorne or Carlson's or Sport Research. Any of the ones that are on the fish oil, I can't remember the name of the site, but I'll put a link in under the video where you can see reports on different fish oils and their quality. So those are the ones I trust. So number one, fish oil. And there's a few different reasons. There was a recent study that came out showing that lower levels of fish oil measured with an omega index, and there are a few labs that do omega index. You can get that at Omega Quant. That's just an at-home finger prick test. You can get that from Boston Heart Labs. That's a test that your doctor is going to order for you. It will tell you how high your omega index is. And there's like I said, that recent study showing that having a low omega index is an indication of poor health and that you're going to have more illness and sickness, even as bad as smoking. So I think that most people don't eat enough fatty acids. And so not enough people are eating sardines or salmon. And so most people need to supplement. And so that would be number one on my list. Now, there may be some people who shouldn't. And so, of course, talk with your doctor. Number two on my list is vitamin D. And you might ask why, since there's been plenty of studies on vitamin D and none of them have shown kind of great outcomes. Now, there have been a lot of studies showing that people with higher levels of vitamin D have decreased cancer, less depression, better gut health, all sorts of things. But none of the studies on supplementing with vitamin D have been great up to this point. And one of the reasons I think none of them have been great is they just put somebody on a common dose of 1,000 IUs per day, and they never check a level. And really, to me, it's all about where do you get the level. Now, I can't say that I know the ideal level. There hasn't been good research telling us what the ideal level is. But I would say anywhere between 40 and 80 is kind of where I deem ideal, and think that this is such a low risk, again, almost no bad side effects, and the possible upside is so high. I mean, who doesn't want to have a better brain, better bones, better gut motility, better muscles, better mood, like we all do. And so I recommend this, and I recommend that you have your doctor check it at least once a year. The last one is magnesium. And magnesium is super important element. It's a cofactor to some like 300 different things in your body. It's important for bone health, brain health, vascular health. In fact, I'm an emergency medicine physician, and one of the things, if somebody came in with, there's this funny rhythm called torsades de pointe, and if somebody comes in with that rhythm, I give them a bunch of magnesium to calm down the heart and smooth it out. And so magnesium, to me, again, is one of these things, you're not going to overdose on it. In fact, it is so hard to overdose on magnesium that in the hospital, if somebody goes into preterm labor, we'll often put them on an IV drip of magnesium. And then what we check are their reflexes, and we're trying to calm down the muscle, the uterine muscle, so that it stops contracting. And so, yeah, magnesium is one of these things that is super safe. You're not going to overdose on it. And most people don't get enough. It is extremely difficult to get enough in your diet. Not enough of us are eating dark leafy greens or different seafood high in magnesium. So supplementing with magnesium is my next go-to. Now, I think one of my questions coming up is magnesium. What is each type good for? So, top 3 supplements: omegas, a good omega-3 fatty acid, EPA, DHA, magnesium, and vitamin D.